Well, I just want to ask you a question. Since you're the only one in the room right now, Doug, but anybody else can answer when they come back. How fucking delicious was that? Oh! Yum. Merry fucking Christmas. How much bullshit did we have to fucking hear for the last 3-4 weeks about Sun Tzu, about Mac Horkle Jones, the Patriot Way, all these fucking farcical, fanciful old wives' tales that they tell up there in Boston, whatever the Josh fucking Allen. Fuck your Pro Bowl. Fuck your Pro Bowl. Best fucking quarterback in the AFC. Hold that shit, my niggas. Hold it high and let everybody fucking know. What a fucking performance. I'll argue the magnitude of the game, the opponent on the road, top 2-3 quarterback performance I've ever seen from a Bills quarterback as long as I've been watching. Phenomenal. And we're talking about drops, touchdown drops by Kumaro and Emmanuel Sanders. The offensive line being shuffled. Poor Ike Bucker blows his Achilles. Dion, just activated, has to come back on. They reflip the whole offensive line. Spencer from left to right. Familiar spot for him. Isaiah McKenzie just seized the bull by the fucking horns. Absolutely cock and balls to the wall. Amazing. The quarterback is absolutely a goddamn stud, period. This is off the heels of Baker Mayfield vomiting all over himself in Green Bay. Sam Darnold is terrible. Josh Rosen is basically out of the league. Lamar Jackson's hurt again. And when he can't run is very average. The real MVP, the best quarterback in 2018. How long did we have to hear the Bills took the wrong guy, they didn't get the right guy? That is no more. We no longer have to hear about or worry about the Bills passing on Patrick Mahomes. After today, that is officially dead, done, over, non-story. Yeah, I don't know, Eric. Should they be embarrassed? Their quarterback is a dink and dunk diva who lofts balls over the middle for fun. And when he can't check it down, they can't stay on schedule with the run game. He's an average quarterback. And I know he's a rookie. But I don't want to hear that the media treats him like he's a veteran. Think about the narratives coming into this game. Steady Eddie McCorkle, Josh Allen, the wild stallion, still get. Listening to the broadcast today, you would have thought Allen was the rookie quarterback, talking about his maturation and this and that. And I'm like, the rookie quarterback's on the other side of the field. He's on the other side of the fucking field, my dude. What the fuck are you talking about? He's done nothing all game. If they couldn't run the ball the few successful times that they did, they wouldn't have shit. They got one touchdown drive extended off of the Obata penalty, which was a terrible penalty to take. But still, No punts today. No punts. For those of you Bills fans that heard about the 49er game back in 92, some of you weren't born yet. No punts. The first time in Bill Belichick's coaching history, be it a defensive coordinator, a head coach with the Browns, or the Patriots, that he has never gotten a punt, the opposing team to punt. Did you guys, and this is what I want to press upon here with this absolutely, the media in Boston and the national media have spent the better part of 2 decades deifying that guy. I reposted it on Twitter. Did you hear the question he got after the game about New Year's Reza fucking Lucians? Did you? They are horrified. The level of respect that they get and just basically credit for doing basic stuff is amazing to me. But fuck them. Our quarterback was a goddamn savage today. A fucking savage. He came for their soul. As Damager put in, receivers down. Just everything. I mean, if you look at the game, if Moss doesn't slip, he walks into the end zone. Bills don't get that. They go into the half up 24-7. Kumaro catches that ball. They're up 35 to what, 14. The game is a wrap. A wrap. McKenzie had a big drop. Remember when Allen scrambled? He threw it. It was a sick pass. A sick pass. McDermott just went for the jugular all day long. 0 fucks given. Captain conservative. What's he doing? Nope, he wasn't having none of it. None of it. Amazing. I can't underscore how you guys saw it. On the stat sheet, it looks like a really good game. On the scoreboard, it looks like a really good game. But when all the things we all alluded to with personnel, the magnitude of the game, the context in which you watch the game, he was amazing. Over and out, end of story. 2 straight years, 4,000 yards passing plus. 2 straight years, 30-plus touchdowns passing. Leading rusher today. That's why I wore this. Built different. This kid, if they drew this kid in a lab, it was everything we asking for in a quarterback. Everything. And they handed him to us. Multiple teams passed on him. Bean had to make 2 crazy trades up. Flipping Cordy Glenn for, 9 spots in the draft. Insanity. This kid was insane today. He was absolutely locked and loaded, laser focused. Just a silent assassin. The 4th down conversion when he juked the one Patriot. I don't know if it was Jawan Bentley or I forget the outside linebacker. He juked the shit out of and got it. And I love the fact they just punched the ball in the end zone for the touchdown. They said, you know what, fuck this. You want to go blunt, my dude? We're going to do that all fucking day long. Let's see if your boy can hang out. Let's see if he can hang with us. Let's see if he's got what it takes. He don't got what it takes. And there are all these Patriot fans going to say, oh, look at the push on. How many times as Bills fans have we seen the ref crew pick up flags that we saw the Patriots get hit for? How many times? How about Judon conveniently stepping on Josh Allen's foot, throwing down Dawson Knox? Judon's a dirty motherfucker. I used to like him. He's a dirty son of a bitch. He had a mini hurdle today, Chris, a mini hurdle. He's a dirty son of a bitch. And I'll tell you something else. You know who's on their team You know who's on the Patriots, but he's on IR, hasn't played for him all year? He's the perfect fit for the Patriots. Henry fucking Anderson. You guys know who that is. Of course he would be on the Patriots. And people wonder why they're hated. And people wonder why we get so fucking souped when they get taken down. I don't give a shit if their quarterback is Jared Stidham, Brian Hoyer, Cam Newton, Matt Castle, McCorkle Jones. He doesn't earn you got to earn the name Mac. You got to earn a nickname. He's McCorkle. That's McCorkle. Also, Eric, remember on the punt return, Vaitai had Marquez Stevenson up carrying him and was trying to hold him up for a kill shot and drove him back like 10 yards. And they're blowing the whistles, and I'm like, he wants to either scoop and score slam him, or he's holding him up for somebody to come and blast the ball out. Where's the flag? Where's the flag? You got the president of Barstool Sports, you know, and they did make this shirt, by the way, but it was for a Josh Allen charity, so, but it's appropriate on a day like this, bitching and moaning about that flag. My dude, the quarterback was ass. Look at those passes outside the numbers, most of them. Over the middle, ducks. You want to talk about rosters? We don't have one of the top 5 corners in the league on our roster because he's on IR. A lot of dirty shit from them, Doug. A lot of dirty shit. And that's another part of it, too. And thank God that was an offsetting. I get it. It was a tough hit. But honestly, Damager, I like that kind of hit. Give it to him. That's the way you got to play that team. You've got to play that team the way they come at you. Every dirty thing they do, it's like the old adage. They bring a knife to a fist fight, you bring a gun. They bring a gun, you bring a rocket launcher. They bring a rocket launcher, you bring a fucking nuke. That's the way you got to play them. I remember sitting in here with you 3 weeks ago, not just thinking about today, thinking about it all fucking weekend long. Christmas. Could there have been a better gift given? Could there have been a better gift that not only did the Bills win Victory Monday, we're on cloud fucking 9. I'm not sleeping tonight. Our quarterback was absolutely fucking sensational. Sensational. Like, the stat line doesn't reflect how good he was, and it's a very good stat line. Almost 400 yards of total offense. Just amazing. Amazing performance. And they from the first whistle to the last whistle said, you know what? We're not having none of this. None of it. We're going to go in, meet them on their own ground, and run them the fuck over. They got lucky last time with a few cute things here and there. Bills had one busted run fit, just like they did today. They had one big busted run fit on the long run after the Bills made it. They went for 2. They had one busted run fit, and it was a 30-yard one. It might have been a play before, and they were just using the Bills' overflow against them. Just making them flow to one side over and just putting the foot in the ground and cutting it back. Offensive line deserves a ton of praise, Hussein, a ton of praise. Thank you, Doug. You did say that, bro. Don't give it up. And you know what? You look at this whole season in totality. Today was a microcosm of the whole season, but flipped. Bills making plays on 4th down. Bills going for it on 4th down. Bills, you know, they missed a few opportunities in the red zone, but they converted a few. First touchdown of the game, 4th down call. To get the kill shot touchdown, 4th down call. Going in, not settling for a long field goal. They could have trotted Bass out there, and I firmly believe he would have hit it. Firmly believe. And it couldn't have been better. Like if somebody delivered this script to us, a Hollywood script, and said, this is how everything is going to play out today. This is what you guys are going to watch. And we all got one. There's nothing we could have done better except blow them out, basically. But it's perfect. It's a masterpiece, not to be touched. Definitely, Hussein. It's not over. But you know what? As fans, we got to enjoy this one, my dude. We have to. They only got 2 games left in the season. And you know what? It's just, we got to savor these. For too damn long, we've suffered the indignities of the Bills of old would have blown that game. They would have found a way to lose. Years and years of coming up short against that team. Decades coming short against that team. Monday night opener, 09 in Foxborough. Up, 10 with 4 minutes, up 10 with less than 4 to go, and they blow it. Up 21 in Foxborough in 2011 or 12, I believe, and they lose it. What's up, Los? How you doing, bro? You know, you hear the story too. Jordan Poyer screaming, asking about where Jerry Sullivan is today. Asking about Jerry Sullivan. Where is he at? Where's he at? But on the national stage, you know, everybody was watching that game. The 1 o'clock window was ass. That was the game to watch. Whether you were in the NFL Network building in Culver City, California, across the street from SoFi, whether you're in New York here at the NBC studios or the CBS studios, that was the game to watch. That was the one. And boys, our dudes did us proud today, man. Our dudes did us proud today, man. And you know what's going to happen tomorrow after that clunker, a team like the Giants laid out against the Eagles, starting former Bills quarterback Jake Fromm? The permutations of this win are going to be felt for all week, and it's on multiple levels. That's why I want you guys to understand how beautiful it is, and I believe a lot of you do. The Jets are on their second quarterback from the 18 draft. This kid doesn't look, I don't know. You know, he's young. Everybody wrote off Allen after 1 year. But I haven't even seen flashes of what Allen gave us in 18 from Zach Wilson. Right? The Browns passed on Allen first overall to take Baker Mayfield, who we watched throw 4 interceptions. Teams out of the playoffs, basically. Their media saying he's not the guy. Let's not re-sign him. Let's not give him a big contract. They ran for 200 plus yards for that kid yesterday, and he couldn't deliver for them. Our guy pulled his nutsack up, put the team on his back, and said, "You coming with me?" And somebody told me something a long time ago about quarterbacks that reigns true today. And you guys if you haven't heard it, you'll always remember it. There's only 2 types of quarterbacks. Only 2. Trucks and trailers. If you got a trailer, you're always looking for a truck. And if you got a truck, you're in a good place. And guess what? Which one do you think the fuck we got? We got an F3 fucking 50. All right. We got a fucking truck. Period. And they just what a great day, guys. I went to the gym. I ran my 4 miles. I had a few people ask me about the game. And it's amazing to me when you watch Bill's Twitter, when you watch the national media, when you watch just people in general, because they just think they talk as if Tom Brady is 12 is still in New England. They talk about them and act towards them as if Brady is still under center, and he's just wearing a McCorkle Jones jersey. That's it. And a couple of kids are like, "You think they could beat the Patriots?" I'm like, And they're like, did you see 2 weeks ago? I'm like, yeah. The Patriots were lucky to get out of that game with that win. Lucky. And they're like, I don't know. I'm like, again, ridiculous. Just the mumbo jumbo that these people believe about that fucking team. Absolute mumble. But you guys, you know what? How good does this feel, man? Zach, how are you, bro? Thank you. Damager's a fucking savage. Rakib, what's up, bro? New guy up in here. I will say this. Remember that Patriot fan who was in the chat last time they played, Rob or something like that? If one of you guys muted him, he did drop back into the last upload, and he was very respectful, and he put a nice message, and you know, I can take my hat off to a dude like that. I can hat tip to a dude like that, say good game. Patriots, you know what? Despite all the shit talk, the banter, they're a tough team to play. Bills earned every fucking thing they got out on that field. Nothing was free. There was no freebies. There was no gimmies. Nothing. It ain't crazy, Hussein. It ain't crazy. Guess what? Tomorrow, you rock your Bills gear. Dead ass. You rock it tomorrow, and you're going to let everybody fucking know. I didn't give a shit. I watched the whole fucking game. I put it on my Instagram. I should put it on Twitter. I sat here the whole time. My aunt, she's over 80 years old, sent me this from Florida. This was from a few years ago. She sent me this. So I sat here like this the whole time. And my man delivered. He delivered. I didn't give a fuck how stupid it looked. But he did. Something about you, little dude. Something about you. He only comes out on game days. I got to put him away. Speak of the devil, treat time. They're all yours, Bubba. Oh my God, guys. That was just so. What's up, Steve? How you doing, bro? That was just so nice. Man. I waited on the to open the room because I know you guys were just losing your minds. You were online, you know, letting everybody hear it, rightfully fucking so, texting back and forth as you should, posting up on your feeds as you should, because how much bullshit did we get inundated with last time or in the last 2 weeks? You know, whether it be against Tampa Bay, against the Colts, savor these, my dude, savor them. They're delicious as hell. Delicious as hell, man. And we've been waiting on this type of performance. This was the one, you know, and I've come into this room multiple times and said complete performance. Where is it? Waiting for it all fucking all year. And man, did we get it in a big spot, my guys. We got this in such a big spot, man. Oh, that was so beautiful, Eric. And you know what I did? I'm sorry. I took that video and I tagged Scott Zolak, Teddy Bruschi, Rodney Harrison, Scott Pioli, and fucking Peter King. And I tagged them all in it. You, and you. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. How beautiful was that for a Bills player to finally have that zest of hate towards them, like we've always, not a bunch of nice guys like David Nelson proposing to his girlfriend at halftime of Dallas down 21-0, or you know, Stevie Johnson dropping a winning pass against the Steelers and then asking God why. No, catching a ball and saying fuck you. I put it on my I'll link you, my guy. I got you, Ricky. I got you, my dude. I let it go. You know, I just had enough, because I hear about the bullshit. I've known and know so many Patriot fans that I know aren't real fans. They're just fair weather fans that just grabbed on and just nut hugged, you know? And I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm not, no, you know what? I'm always hungry. And I'm pretty humble. I'm a pretty humble guy. But today, humble gonna take a back seat a little bit. Humble's gonna take a back seat a little bit. And I have no compunction about it. All right, link in the chat, guys. Oh, they're such, and you know what? They're so entitled, Doug. They're so entitled. Oh, I love, and you know what? They only panned to their box once, Hussein. I wanted to see their faces, dude. I wanted it. I wanted it. Eric, I just put it. I put the video in the chat, man. That is just such a delicious, delicious thing. Yeah. Well, don't worry. He'll be down in Jupiter, Florida, at that strip mall, in that at that Happy Hands Club for that quick 20 and tug that he gets. Fucking beautiful, man. I can't begin. There was so many big plays in this game too. I mean, the first interception, it was so irritating. But then they got the field cut in half because they stopped them. They made them go 3 and out, and they went down and scored another touchdown. But they had the foot on the throat mentality all game. Josh 30 for 47, just letting him throw the ball. No sacks, 314, 3 TDs. 12 carries, 64 yards. Excuse me. Singletary, very workmanlike, kept them on schedule. Even Moss. Moss, he doesn't slip there. He walks into the end zone, man. That was tough. McKenzie, 11 for 125. I mean, and a touchdown. The first touchdown on there was a big play. It was a big spot for him to work back across and find that soft spot and beat his man and not let him cross his face. And Allen just put a beautiful ball on him. That laser beam that he threw to Diggs on that FUU and U ball, that was nasty. That was a nasty throw. Go watch the throw he made on fourth down to extend the drive, the touchdown before the kill shot. But there was a catch and run. Oh my God. He put that in between two Patriots. That was just laser shot, man. Laser shot. Who's saying I might go to jail tonight? I don't want to talk outside and let him hang, bro. I ain't gonna begrudge anybody anything. So humble and hungry, humble again. Humble gonna stay in the closet today. You guys talk your shit. 20 fucking years of losing to them. Hearing the media talk all the shit they've talked for 3 weeks on steroids about that team. And Bills went into their house and did something to them that ain't never been done before, or to that coach that's ever been done before. And they know they got to play this kid twice a year as long as he's there. The only thing that makes them special, and I will give him this, is that coach. That coach has a lot of knowledge about this game and pulls out a lot of fucking funky tricks offensively. There's so many plays, Eric. There's so many plays, dude. And that was on a 3rd and long too, man. There was a few 3rd and long. The one to McKenzie to start the drive because they couldn't go three and out there. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, here we go. I got one for you guys. You know what the Bills did today? They did their job. Do your job. I put this one on my timeline, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this one. I don't know if you guys know the movie. Maybe Hussein does, because we're a little old school. Maybe Damager. We're some of the oldest cats. Doug. But I had this one teed up for weeks, my guys. I had it teed up for weeks. I literally had this shit in the drafts waiting to hit send for 3 weeks after the bullshit that was written about that game. 35, Bonzolo. All right. So you was 15. You were a young cat. I was in my early 20s when this bullshit started. No more. No more. He was in control, Zach. He was calm, cool, collected, poised. The throws were absolute money throws. I don't really. I honestly, like, I'm kind of glad that there was some Denver fans talking shit on Twitter a few weeks back about how the Bills were trash and this and that. And I'm thinking to myself, well, Allen asked your team, oh, they didn't have a quarterback. I'm like, they still don't have a quarterback. And so I'm kind of glad to see the Raiders win that one. Live in Kansas City and a Bills flag flying. You should, bro. You rock it, Duster. You rock it. Let them fucking know. That's tough, when you're into enemy territory like that, and you still got to represent. It's like me. I'm surrounded by two teams and a lot of fans. There's a lot of fans here of different teams. A lot of Dallas fans, Eagles fans. I know some Redskin fans. A lot of fraud ass Patriot fans. Know a few real Patriot fans. A lot of frauds. Jets, Giant fans. So it's a fucking melting pot of teams here. Damager, you know what? That's a sus situation. I have no clue. Limited with a toe all last week, played, then all of a sudden you out for personal reasons. Like, dude, you're stealing money right now. Dead ass, you're just stealing money. I know you know that movie, Hussein. Awesome. I know you know that movie. That's good, Mr. Matt. You've seen the highs and the lows again, and you know what? You just got beaten. We've all been beaten down, and that's why today, no. We got the hammer. I want to swing it. That shit ain't for show. That shit's to use. Harrison Phillips is starting to look. He's been the best defensive tackle that's a run plugger, a guy who's occupying a gap, two gaps for the last 4 or 5 games. He should not come off the field. Oliver played very, very well today. It was just outside of the one big run Harris had, I can't really complain about the defense today that much. I really can't. They got 2 turnovers, one to seal the game, the other to flip a field, keep the Patriots pinned back, even though the Bills don't score. They 3-and-out the Pats and get the ball back and score a touchdown. And it was a shame that penalty was on Emmanuel Sanders to start the drive, because the Bills had a minute. Remember, at the end of the half, Bills had a minute and a timeout. They were going. The first play was a shot right down the field to Emmanuel Sanders. Yeah, man, the edge guys really have to step up, man. They really have to step up. I mean, they got to him once. They made him move off the spot a few times. Even when he moves off the spot, his ball is tremendously inaccurate. He just lost balls over the middle, and a lot of them fell dead a lot of the time. He was he was under 50% completion. He had, what did he have in yardage? Like he had a $145. This is the quarterback that we had to hear about. Bill's Super Bowl windows closed. Fucking Bill's Super Bowl windows closed. He gave his offensive line Bitcoin. The legend of Mac Jones grows. Did you hear that? Did you see that tweet, guys? And just everything that we've heard. And he's a rookie, and so I'm talking a lot of shit right now. But you know what? Is that time? Is that time you're going to hear me? I'm going to run it. And I want you guys to do it as well. 14 for 32, a $145, 0-2, 1 sack. So, I mean, again, Harris had the 1 run for 31. Let's pull the old. If you take that away, it's 17 for 72 yards. Just, I can't ask. It is a bitch, Trevor. And guess what? You know what? Revenge is a dish. It's a nice, cold, delicious dish that we're going to serve. No, he is not called Mac Jones anymore. Nobody calls him Mac Jones. It's Macaroni Jones or McCorkle. That's it. You got to have, like, if you're an MMA fan, right? And I say Fedor, you know who the fuck I'm talking about. I don't got to say his last name. If you watch boxing your whole life, and there's been a million of these guys called Sugar, but you know which Sugar I talk about. right? It's that simple. You know exactly who I'm talking about. If I say Ali, you know who I'm talking about. You greatness deserves one name. You say Tyson, you know. He don't deserve Mac. That's it, Eric. Eric, perfect point. Another one, Matt. That Trent Edwards. But we had to hear about that. That's what we had to hear about. Trent could run better than him. Trent could run better than him. I didn't see Trevor. I didn't look. But again, should I have vanilla or chocolate, guys? Let me know. I'm in the holiday spirit here. I have more of the vanilla, so I'll take one of them. But I said, fuck it. I'm going to indulge today. My man, that was nice. As I talk shit and as we enjoy this, think about the feeling in this room right now if I would have had to open it off at Vanell. 0-2 against that team, watching them celebrate the win of the division, watching them put up the locker room videos talking about it's their division. It's their division. Think about that. Mark vodka. I don't drink, Jake. Here's my vodka, bro. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. I could listen to that on a loop. Hussein, guys, I'm gonna Jake, I want you guys to click on this. Look at the question he was asked and look how long the silence was in the room before somebody even asks him a question about the game. And the press conference lasted all of like 2 minutes. It was embarrassing. And this is what I mean. It's like the media deifies this guy. It's sickening. It's like he's a football coach. He's not a fucking magician. It's, dude, you know how sickening that is, Hussein? It's fucking embarrassing. Yeah, Doug, he just Sun Tzu. He read Sun. It's like, come on, man. Are we still playing these fucking games with this dude? They having a nice season. They got a rookie quarterback. They got some good players. They beat up on some scrub teams, but got all the credit in the world. Bills beat up on some scrub teams, and everybody's all quick to point out, oh, they've only beaten scrub teams. Oh, shit. I forgot to mention it. Steve, Achilles, man. Achilles. It's confirmed already. Guys, I forgot another delicious caveat for today. Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Justin Herbert go to the Pro Bowl. Who the fuck did Justin Herbert just lose to today? And you guys remember when we were taking shade about beating up on the fucking Houston Texans? Remember that shit? So when I say don't apologize for wins, that's what the fuck I mean. Don't ever apologize for wins. Never let the media, never let other fans, other self-loathing Bills fans talk shit and say, oh, never apologize for wins. I just put it in the room, Zach. I put it in the room. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So embarrassing, man. Absolutely embarrassing. Just that like, think about the question. I'll put it to you like from this perspective. Imagine the questions, and this is the Buffalo media. This isn't the New York media, the Chicago media, the LA media, or the Boston media for that matter. The Buffalo media would have had some doozies for McDermott, for Allen, for Hyde, Poyer. They would have. Ooh, it would have been a rough one. We know how rough it would have been in that room. But that's the treatment that guy gets from that media. That's the level of question that he gets. I've never seen anything like that in my life. And you know what? That's another thing too, Damager. Remember all the heat Bean McDermott took after the game about they just wanted to just like, oh, genius. He ran the ball. He read Sun Tzu. But where's Peter King's bullshit? Is he going to write a whole article about how McDermott read Sun Tzu to the Bills? Like some fanciful bullshit like that? Come on, man. Really? You know what it is? He's an old man. He's probably going to be coaching 2-3 more years tops. So they got to milk that puppy for all it's worth. Just like Brady. Like 10-part fucking series about man in the arena. Come on. We want to watch that shit. We know he's great. We watch his career. He's still playing. He's not fucking retired. Yeah, fuck the Pro Bowl Hussein. Fuck it. So what? A leading rusher on the team, 4,000 plus yards passing and 34 touchdown passes. Come on, man. They won't fuck with him. They won't fuck with him. They're scared of him. Look at all his former honks in the media that I tagged. Teddy Bruschi, Scott Pioli, Rodney Harrison, fucking Willie McGinnis. There's more. I know some of the other guys do spots too. It's a ridiculous amount. And they kiss his ass every chance they get and sing his praises. And he's got his water carriers in the media too. I at least have some respect for Ben Volen, longtime Boston writer, that said what Allen did today was amazing. And he was the best quarterback on the field. He said if he had an MVP to get, if he has an MVP vote, he's giving it to Allen. How many times he was suspended, Doug, for that shit? Dirty motherfucking player too. Dirty. And that's why I don't like them. To and through the whistle. I remember Hussein got mad at me one time. I suggested maybe bringing Preston Brown back for a hot second just as a replacement. I think they had an injury at linebacker, and he was like, "Nah, dude, fuck that." He didn't have Trey White's back after, that Gronk forearm to the back of the head. And I was like, you know what? You're right, dude. He didn't. He was like, "Oh, come on." Like, you watch my man just fucking snuff him while he was face down. Like, 250-pound dude just went to the back of your man's neck while he was face down. And that's why when everybody talks about that Bills, like, the Gronk Bills connection, how he grew up a Bills fan, and his family's from Buffalo and all this. I was like, yo, fuck that dude, yo. Fuck that dude. He ain't caused nothing but pain to the Bills. And he's been a part of that cheating ass, cheap fucking culture. Fucking true story. No shit. You guys can research it and try to find it for yourselves. Fucking off season, I think of 2012-13. I forget which. Maybe it was a little later than that. Chandler Jones all of a sudden gets traded from the Pats. Because him and Gronk show up at the goddamn Foxborough Police Department ripped off their asses, hallucinating off a synthetic weed. Gronk stays, he goes. And he was a free agent. They didn't want to pay him. Yeah, so they can save that shit, Hussein. Can't stand them. Fuck you, dude. Can't stand them. Like, I don't care if you're from Buffalo, man. Fucking the Polish Rifle, the guy who got injured and Brett Favre took over for, was from Buffalo. Majowski, he was from Buffalo. Ron Jaworski's from Buffalo. Lex Luger's from Buffalo. Shit, Jersey City has a Super Bowl winning quarterback, Jim McMahon. Hell yeah, Tom. Hell yeah, bro. Best Christmas ever. Ah! Had to make some fucking noise, my dude. Yeah, but he was from Buffalo, Rakeem. There's ballers from Buffalo. Alex Mack's not from Buffalo, but he played college ball up there. So when people talk about, like, my dude's a piece of shit. He's and when I say it, like, as an attack, I say it as, you know what? I still know that he's the greatest tight end ever. I still know that, but all he's done is cause our team misery. So why the fuck am I going to root for the guy? Come on now. I'll still have respect and say he's a good player, but all the other shit, nah, fuck him. That's what's up, guys. So what out of, yeah, dude, his knee, countless other things. The guy's they're a scumbag team, Eric. There's so many, you lose sight of it, dude. There's so many of it that you lose sight, and that's why everybody in here that's a real OG. Anybody who's in here is a tried and true 100 caliber fucking balls to the wall, lock stock fucking barrel Bills fan, hardcore. There's no even denying it. Ain't nobody in here fair weather. If you come to this room, this ain't for fair weather fans. This ain't for the crumb snatchers. Guy's a dead ass piece of shit. That's their team. And I said this earlier. You know who's on their IR roster? They signed this offseason. Who's on Henry fucking Anderson. He gave Josh Allen a cheap shot, I believe, in his rookie year. He fucking injured. He did the fucking hit on Hauschka and fucked Hauschka all up. Remember, after that hit on Hauschka, he was never the same. Messed his whole lower back up. Couldn't kick for shit hardly. You know, that's the type. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. This offseason, I need the Bills to find a few hardcore pie-pitting motherfuckers like that to do the same to them. Because honestly, I felt that it was a big moment in the game, and I knew it was going to be a back-and-forth battle. I liked when Milano came and cleaned up fucking, and it was the perfect thing. He got a penalty, but here came David Andrews, and he got a penalty too. Oh, is that Pats football? They're just playing smart. Yeah, we just need some nasty motherfuckers. And I'm not saying we don't have those, but we need a couple of more of those. Gabe Davis didn't play, guys. How much were we counting on Gabe Davis this week? He went to step on his foot and trip him, Zach. Scumbag move, dude. And it was the foot that, and you know what? Take no mistake about it. Like, oh, he had the sprained foot a few weeks ago. Let's test it out. So he does that little bullshit after the play is over. Spencer's definitely. I love the way he comes and clean up. Oh, you must be enjoying yourself, Matt. You must be enjoying. Oh, it must be delicious, dude. I'll listen in the morning because I ain't going to bed tonight. I'll wake up at 6 a.m., put on WEEI Boston, and they have like 7 or 8 affiliates. They have like the Worcester. They have the one in Rhode Island. They have a shit ton. Fucking enjoy it. Enjoy it. I honestly, though, Duster, I liked what Singletary gave them today. He caught those beautiful little, just like, I've been screaming for this, and it's crazy. You know what? Josh kind of said, you know what? Can't go bro taking a profit. Oh, you want to give us this shit? Bink. First down, Singletary. Bink. 9 yards. Bink. Those first down checkdowns were money all fucking game. On schedule. Beautiful. McBrizzle. Beautiful, Tom. They was just beautiful. No way, man. I want to win, but the scumbag road is the dead end. It's not about being a scumbag. It's about like being able to stick up for yourself and be able to meet them in the middle. It's not about like being dirty and trying to injure people, because that's what they do. You guys want to remember this one? You remember this one? INT return 2012 in Buffalo. Scott Chandler chasing down the play. Here comes Brandon Spikes launching at his head. Knocks him clean out. Arm hung in the air like this. Eyes open. Cold. So many just things like that, man. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying go out there and try to gator roll people's ankles, go cut guys low with the knees. I'm saying when somebody does some dirt to your guys, you got to be able to come back right with that and say, you know what, we ain't having that. We want to play. We don't want to play like that. But if you push us there, we'll go there with you. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Wait till this fucking team gets a running back. Wait till this team gets a running back. Wait till this team has some sick ass target that nobody can defend. Because when you have the quarterback now, like we have, we can go grocery shopping for any fucking thing we want. We don't got to sit here the whole off season and wonder about, ooh, who's the quarterback? How many off seasons, guys? How many? Who's the quarterback going to be? What are we going to do? How are we going to get one? Nope, we know he's here. We can. You don't have to settle, Rakib. You don't have to settle. Never settle, my guy. He's a solid player, but you know what? You got to find some tough guys. I didn't see that, Trevor. I'll go back and look at everything, but I'm basking in this, and I'm gonna come here basking in with you guys. I'll stay on as long as the fucking you want me to tonight. What was that? What was that, Tom? Oh, I'd rather have a coin. You know what? That's what I mean, Rakib. That's where they can go anywhere they want. They don't have to be sequestered to looking for a quarterback. So all you guys have different ideas. That's awesome. That's beautiful. That we can, as Bills fans, we can pontificate about that now and talk about that because the most valuable chess piece on the board is still there. We have it now. It's secured. We have our king and our queen in one. Boom. Front doors of your organization. Terry just kind of stays behind the scenes. He's fine. He doesn't embarrass us, doesn't say nothing stupid, doesn't talk to the press. He's not Jerry Jones. Brandon Beane, Sean McDermott, Josh Allen are the front doors of your organization. Tell me a free agent wide receiver who doesn't look at that and say, you know what, I want to come play for them for a year. How about that clutch catch he made down there, Doug? That was a hard catch. 9 receiving touchdowns for Dawson Knox. 9. Which one breaks Bill Brooks's record, guys? I didn't see that, Nathan. I have to go back and look. They played the end of the game. They switched from they were playing Jets Jags here on the CBS feed. I had the Bills feed on my computer, and I didn't get a chance to see it. I didn't get a chance to see what happened. Yeah, I don't know. I used to love to break down Grom guys in the Army. It's so fucking easy. Should I see? Crazy he didn't have a TD no, not one receiving touchdown. But remember who he played in college with, Eric? DK Metcalf, AJ Brown, who's a stud, and the other kid. He was there with Laquan. I don't think he was there with Laquan Treadwell, but there was a third receiver that they had was pretty good also. So I mean, and he was a converted quarterback. He only played college tight end for 2 seasons. You know, and he's on the field now blocking a lot. Like Doug mentioned, he's not off the field. He's not a liability. Remember against the Ravens 2019, Judon beat him for a strip sack again when he was with the Ravens. You guys remember that. So it's amazing how these things all, like, we can just tie them all together. And that's what happens now. You have the continuity we have. You have the success that we've had. You've got the stability, quarterback, head coach, GM. We can do that now. And not everything's a goddamn mishmash, potluck dinner. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Last year's regime with this. No. None of that no more. That's just a hard thing to deal with. And I'm not saying McCorkle Jones is not going to be good. He's had solid moments, but if again, listening to the broadcast, reading the stuff that I read online, for the last 3 weeks, but even before that, as the Patriots were winning games, they did not talk about him as a rookie. And when you listen to Josh Allen play games and quarterback the Bills, they talk and treat him as if he's a rookie. And when I say this, guys, the New York media is starting to now see. The New York media, the biggest, loudest, nastiest, most vile sharks in the water, this Shark Tank, they are now starting to look over at the Meadowlands. They're starting to look at the Quest Diagnostic Complex in East Rutherford, and they're looking at Florham Park. And you know what they're saying? You know what they're asking now? You know what they're tweeting? Why didn't you take Josh Allen? Jets made a mistake. They should have took Josh Allen. Do you know what they're saying in Berea, Cleveland right now? Berea, Ohio. What they're saying on 92.3, the Fan in Cleveland. The Bills got the guy. That guy that we should have had is playing up the road, up Lake Erie to the east. He was right, Rakib. He was. I'll give him that. You know who was also, you know who loved him? And I've said this before. Phil Simms loved him. And he privately tried to beg the Giants to take him. And they weren't going to move off Eli Manning. Yep. That's right, Garrett. Yeah, I don't know if you saw it, Eric. Some kid talked about him being inaccurate in my timeline. And I'm like, look, what other quarterback in the league at Josh Allen's level, his caliber, right? A guy who's taken his team to the playoffs now. He's going to be taking his team to the playoffs 3 out of the 4 years he's been there. A guy who's been in the MVP discussion for 2 years. A guy who's, broken franchise records. 100 touchdown pass today for the team. Leads his team in rushing. Okay. Is available every week, right? And every pass Allen throws nationally, it's almost like a referendum on his career. Not almost, it is, by the way they talk about it. And it's like, they don't talk about Lamar Jackson's missed throws like this. They don't talk about Mahomes' missed throws like this. Oh my God, all they talk about is how great Justin Herbert's hair looks. If Justin Fields has a good throw, they're just gushing all over themselves. I remember Trey Lance threw a touchdown pass in a preseason game, and they were ready to fit the guy for a gold fucking jacket. It's insane. Who gets a head coaching job, Dable or Frazier? I'll say Frazier. They're the same guy, Doug. Tyler. I think he's more buttoned down. I think he's tougher. Baker's tough. He's playing with that shoulder injury and stuff, but he just doesn't offer much. Tough team. I mean, again, Tom, tough team. We're used to tough teams. The Bills have been fighting, scratching, and clawing all season. They've been caught in some scrapes. I mean, they've shot themselves in the foot with some dumb losses. Not executing in situations. Like, look at this. They win in Jacksonville. They sneak in against the Titans, or they get it in against they get it in against Tampa Bay. They're in the first seed with 2 home playoff with the playoffs in Buffalo the whole time. You know what I mean? So it's always just a handful of plays. By far, Nathan, it's not even close. It's not a debate anymore. It's not even a debate. Like, you can laugh at people now. It's not even a debate. I know, Doug. I know you were just tongue in cheek. There was another guy they compared him to. I forget. Was it Case Keenum? I don't know if it was Case Keenum or Heineke. Oh, you know who they compared him to? The stats line up, the size lines up, and everything. Even they look alike too. Gardner Minshew. There was people in, they're like, we'd rather have Gardner Minshew. Yeah, remember when we were just waiting for a QB 300 yard? Now we got a 4,000 yard passer, 30 plus touchdown passer. You know, build different, baby. Build different. It's part of the game, Steve. Just you know, you hope no injuries, no dumb losses, though. That's it. He's the best. Yeah, Eric, it's him and Quentin Nelson by a mile. I'd say it's him, Quentin Nelson. Denzel Ward's a really good player. Can't say Bradley Chubb too much. I think the Tampa Bay. No. Was he in that class? Vita Vey was Vita Vey in that class. Vita Vey was in that class. He could be up there too. But in terms of the impact money position, a quarterback, like imagine this, guys. Imagine if the Colts know Andrew Luck is going to piece them out the next year. They never trade with the Jets. They stay there and take Josh Allen. Think about how all that shit changed. Think about that franchise. Whew. And I know they beat the Bills a few weeks ago, but still. Yeah, Tim, I put it this way. He should add 400 plus yards passing and 5 touchdowns. Easily. McKenzie did have a big drop. It was a crazy pass, and he dropped it, and he went like this. He dropped it. And the one to what? The one to Kumara was like a 25, 30-yarder. Easy. He was wide open. It was an adjustment catch, but, you know, you expect Emmanuel Sanders to make that catch. By far, Rakib. It's like him. It's like this is where he is, and this is where they are. We're not talking about this. It's like now, who brings up the trading away from Patrick Mahomes again? Who brings that shit up? Who talks that it's done? It's over. Everybody talks about, oh, we wish we had him. I had a guy at the gym come up to me and said, damn, dude, you're lucky. I wish we would have had him. That's a good feeling, my guy. Of all the years of having the crap that we had, that's a good feeling. That's a good feeling. But they don't have him, Steve. Trey White and Tremaine Edmonds. I kept the box. I put it in the other room, so I put him away after I'm done with the stream. So he goes right here, and he stays there. He won't move. And you know what I didn't have today? Because I felt like it was bad juju. I was like, you know what? If I have an object that's going to be centered around negative energy, the empty water bottle, I did not have an empty water bottle in the room. I would empty it into my path water, my path water thing, and then I would throw the fucking bottle away. So it wasn't here to throw. So I'm like, you know what? Nothing bad will happen if that's not here. So the water bottle is out. Tom, so I'm going to read some of your comments, guys. You guys have been amazing. Listening to me ramble, and you guys are just destroying the room. It's just crazy. Had a Miami fan with me tonight, and he was an honest fan. He's like, you know, look what you got, but this is what I always say, it's not over till it's no. You're right, Tom. We've seen, especially as Bills fans, it's never over till it's over, and there's 2 more games left, and you gotta, you know, outhouse to penthouse. You've seen it a million times, but this is the time to enjoy it. That's why I say enjoy them, because when you in the outhouse, you gotta have fun, because we know what that we know what that outhouse feels like, and it's terrible. It's god awful. Yeah, it's the structure they put around him, Eric. It's everything, but his physical ability, his qualities, his leadership. I mean, we heard McDermott talk about that during the week, especially after the Panthers win. And I talked about this with Jake. I was like, that was not an easy win. I mean, the scoreboard, but that's a tough defense, and they played hard. And that's an awkward offense to defend. And the defense is best in the NFL against the pass. And they have a lot of athletes in their front seven. That just was not an easy win at all. Yeah, Tim. I apparently I don't know. I mean, and you got to remember something else. They didn't draft him. It was the last guy that drafted him. It wasn't this current GM or this current head coach. It was the last GM that drafted him. It wasn't this one. I'm trying to think of the guy's name right now. It's been a long list, but he was kind of an eccentric guy. John Dorsey. Yeah, John Dorsey drafted him. Outhouse and Dick Duran. Oh God, Matt. That was hell. That wasn't. I would have rather been in the outhouse. I would have slept in the outhouse. Every game is its own thing, man. KC's a good team, of course. I mean, you're gonna have to play a hard. I mean, I don't want to talk about that now because still got Atlanta and still got the Jets. I mean, you still got to win those games. Those are must-win games. And New England has a tough must-win too. They historically don't play well down in Miami late in the year. They just don't play there well. Since he looked good today, but they're a little up and down too. And like I said before, Duster, it's it's sorry. Look at Justin Herbert today. Look at Justin Herbert today. I mean, they went and took that L against that team, and you're supposed to, they hurt themselves bad. You guys remember this famous soundbite? I believe it was I forget which game it was after. It's always bad to win. Oh, I mean to lose. Remember that? That was Dick Duran in a 2-second soundbite. It's how could you misspeak and even say that? It's always bad to win. I mean to lose. Think about, again, I've said this so many times, the indignities that we've had to suffer. Save the postage, the I'm not privy to press conference, just the Rex Ryan BS at the World Series game the week before the Pittsburgh game. Just so many. The Toronto series. It was never ending, man. It was terrible. Malarkey quitting. Marone opting out. Just, the dregs of humanity. Yeah, man. It's a nice one, man. It's a nice one. We won the offseason. We built a bully, Matt. That was just terrible. 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 Chan was my favorite bad head coach too. He was the most likable. He was definitely the most likable. The easiest to like was Chan. Thank you for all the likes, guys. I appreciate that. Don't think I haven't noticed. 32 people in this room, an hour deep is amazing. You guys are really you guys are thoroughbreds. You've been through the thick. We've been through a lot of the thin and in between. And this is a beautiful monumentous occasion just in the trajectory of this team and the trajectory of the quarterback. I have a Giants a group that some Giant friends that I talk to. I'm just friends with them in life, but they all happen to be Giant fans. The one guy I met at the gym, known him for like 5 years now, really super nice guy. A kid I've known, Anthony, since he was like 11 years old, from the park throwing around the football and shit. Now he's like 27, and his cousin, and they're Giant fans, and they hit me up after the game and they're like, our game was so bad we turned to the Bills game to watch just because it was way more entertaining, and all we thought about is why the fuck did the Giants pass on Josh Allen and take Saquon Barkley? Like, I love the Saquon. They admitted I love the pick at the moment, but look, I mean, 4 years now, it was so stupid, so bad. It was so stupid and so bad. You're so lucky, dude. Like, they literally hit me up during the game. I didn't expect to hear from them. I'm like, what the hell? And it was after the Bills had the kill shot touchdown at the end to Dawson Knox. They both hit me up in the end and they're like, your quarterback looks sensational, man. They're like, I don't even feel bad saying this. I wish we had him. That's what they told me. That's going to be a big game for them, Matt. That's a big game for both of them. That's a former Bill Belichick assistant. Again, historically, they don't play well down there. So we're going to see. Nah, Matt, I probably won't. I'll listen because I'll enjoy it. But tomorrow, I'm going to spend a lot of time listening to the Boston media. I want to listen to them. I let Scott Zolak hear it on Twitter, too, because he's a scumbag and he's a dickhead. And I just let him hear it. I don't like the dude. Wearing your Josh Allen jersey to see that must feel good, man. I'm not a jersey guy, but dude, you know what? To each his own, man. Rock your shit. I'm gonna be rocking some Bills gear tomorrow. I got the Bills Beast Mode hoodie in the other room. He did a collab with the 26 shirt guys. I got it, so I'll be wearing that tomorrow with my. People gonna know. Yeah, they played hard, Eric, and they fought and they scratched, they clawed. They got to win against the Saints tomorrow. That's gonna be a tough game. Saints are a good team. They're a hard team. It's like Bills got shade for that win against the Saints. That's a tough team to play against, man. He's a state-of-the-art piece of shit. Still remember him cheering on Gronk after. Yeah, like he's disgusting. He's just an absolute scumbag. And that's why incredible, Dave. Incredible. And just the juke, the move. He doesn't get enough credit. I mean, again, if this guy, let's just say he's not, but if he was, I've said this before, if he's in New York, either wearing big blue or a jet baby shit green, what type of megastar do you think he is? They tried to make Mark Sanchez, who was terrible, into a megastar here. And a lot of people bought it. Imagine if it was Josh Allen here. He'd be on the side of a building in New York. When you used to come out of the Lincoln Tunnel, you would see Charles Barkley in the post. Not Patrick Ewing, not John Starks, not Mark Messier, not Mike Richter. You saw Charles Oak Barkley when you came out of the Lincoln Tunnel. On the side of a whole building mural, you would see Josh Allen. Exactly, Eric. And he was terrible. He was terrible. God awful. But here, they tried selling him. That anytime he loses his shit, Trevor, it's like, okay, what do we, or is he trying to quote Sun Tzu to the refs? And he didn't bring that shit up. Peter King did. But it's just like, dude, why are you such a fucking honk, man? Like, why are you such a water carrying? Like, people buy that shit like rational. I mean, Patriot fans must lap it up. They must love it. I still see more Brady jerseys in the stands, and rightfully so. I mean, why wouldn't you, right? Than McCorkle Jones. I mean, McCorkle had to earn people to wear that jersey. Now, if you a little kid up there and you brought up into it, you kind of just got no choice, right? I know Eric's going to bring his baby up a Bills fan, and he's coming into the world in the perfect time because they're going to get to see. That's why during the holidays, I saw all those videos people were posting. You saw old people, young people, little kids getting Josh Allen jerseys and Bills jerseys, and they're excited and they're happy. I mean, like they're watching some of the best Bills football in 25, 30 years. It's great. We lost a generation of fans because of bad football. Now it's not. Now it's so good. Such a great Christmas, guys. Such a great fucking Christmas. Such a great Christmas. He is amateur. He's that. He's the cap. They just call him the cap. Josh Allen's the cap. He's the creative player. He's the guy you make. The size, the mobility, the arm, everything. He's the cap. I don't know, Damager. That's a good question. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Beautiful, Eric. Seeing that they're gonna get to see the best. You know, like I said it today, and I've seen a little just by age, just for no other reason. That was top three. Like, and I'm talking about I've seen performances from Bills Jim Kelly, namely, to go to Super Bowls. AFC Championship, like fucking blowing out, destroying Oakland 51-3. Okay. Comeback game, the second half by Frank. That was top 3 best performances, best quarterback performance I've ever seen from a Bills quarterback today. That's how good it was. Fucking amazing. Just amazing. I'm trying to read some comments. New England forgets where they were the laughing stock for a long time. They don't remember. I mean, and how would they? It was 30 plus years ago. If you look at it, they've been pretty good since 94. As an organization, they've made the playoffs a shit ton. They've been to the Super Bowl a shit ton. They went to a Super Bowl with Parcells, even with Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll had them in the playoffs. I think Pete Carroll got fired at 9-7 going into the playoff, coming out of the playoffs. They lost in the wild card round, but even he took them to the playoffs. So they haven't suffered shit. Nothing. You know what? Be you, man. Be you, dude. I get it, but just let them know that's the time you guys can do it, and everywhere else they've got to watch their mouths. But you know what? Never edit yourself, man. Let them develop that. Let them see you amp it up. That's good. It's good for a child to see their father be a fuck. You know what I mean, dude. It's good for them to see that. Like, daddy's got emotion. Daddy's they won't see that. He's up, dude. He's already, and it was a big day for him statistically in terms of where he stands in the organization. Like, he's gonna break the touchdown passing record. And I said this maybe 3-4 weeks ago. He's probably gonna break the record for rushing touchdowns. At 67, he's almost at 30. He's almost at 30 rushing touchdowns. The record is Thurman Thomas at 67. Or OJ. I don't know which one of the two has it. It's one of those two, but it's not high. So he's going to get the big ones. And I don't know if there's not going to be another player that's going to have that dual record. Not even close. And I with the Madden guys, how is this guy? I don't play Madden, but I kind of watch the ratings. Right? Just to see where they put our players and stuff. What do they think? Just it's kind of what type of narrative is out there still about him, right? What type? And I look at it and I see where he is, and it's just and I see the guys ahead of him, and they're getting they're getting credit for what they did 3, 4, and in Russell Wilson's case, they're definitely giving him credit for what he did 4 or 5 years ago. But to have Kyler Murray ranked ahead of you, Dak Prescott, Lamar Jackson, and Russell Wilson, you're kidding, right? That's got to be a joke. Deshaun Watson hasn't played all year, and he's only one behind Allen. And he was terrible last year. He quarterbacked a team that was 4-11. But it's just a narrative. It's just a narrative. It's just that, dude. If they're in New York, it's different. They're in Buffalo. So you know what? We always said we like being an underdog, right? We like sneaking up on people. So that's what we did today. We just snuck up on everybody. We made New England bend over, face down, ass up, grab your ankles, motherfucker. Time to clap some cheeks. That's what happened. They got pantsed. Kelly, yeah, he had 230. Yeah, the Pro Bowl snubs. It's just I just like to see it because we live in such a you hear it in the media, you hear it just amongst fans, all this going for it on fourth down, all the analytics, and they'll cite Madden. The Madden kids know how to play the situations, whereas the old school heads are more reserved and refined. There was one point during the game. I'm like, damn, that field goal right before the Emmanuel Sanders drop would be nice right now, because you kick that field goal and then you don't go for two on the last touchdown, you're up 10. Even if they get the ball back, they have to onside kick it, even if you punt. So I was kind of like, I see why you do kick a field goal, but then I have to take in totality the context of the game. The Bills 3-and-outed them, got the ball right back, went down, scored a touchdown. And the several other aggressive calls, they would have settled for field goals instead of touchdowns. So it works both ways. It works both ways. Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody watches it, right, Tom? It's like, who watches the Pro Bowl? Nobody wants their players to play in it, right? When the big alarm bell sounded at the Pro Bowl in Hawaii, everybody took a step back and was like, oh shit, we got to watch what we do. Of all teams this happened to, right? I believe it was in 99 or 2000. The Patriots had drafted a running back from Georgia named Robert Edwards. Really good player. I think he might have had 1,000 yards or something like that. From Georgia, took over for Terrell Davis. They're playing. It's not even in the Pro Bowl. It was a football game. It was a football game in the sand, like a flag football game in the sand. That's what it was. He's like running, catching a pass deep. He catches it and fucking destroys his knee. Because they're young, they're competing or whatever. He's running, catches it, and then gets bent backwards. Imagine seeing your first round pick happen that to in a meaningless, just for fun touch game. And so the league was like, oh shit. And you don't think players were like, oh, do this? It was bad. It was bad. Like, just make an all-pro team and that's it. Give the guys their bonuses. Don't make them go to that shit. It's stupid. Yeah, it's terrible, Kevin. It's like it's a popularity contest. That's all it is. It's like it's a popularity contest. It's a popularity contest amongst fans. And a lot of fans, let's be honest, you dudes in here, you guys are hardcore. You guys are diehards. You know your shit, your P's and Q's, frontwards, backwards, upside down, inside out, from 8 Ways to Sunday. The average lay fan is very fantasy football centric. They're not X's and O's or between the white line centric at all. And they go by the narratives that are out there. That's where they formulate their opinions from. Yeah, respect and recognition, but we know, Eric, we know. And you know what? The other team knows too. The players know too. There's a reason the Bills don't get passed on. Think about this. The Bills don't have the best corner, like arguably top 3, top 5 corner. And they've still held 3 of the last 4 quarterbacks they faced under 200 yards. It took Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback ever, and some crazy bad calls to get 300 plus yards. That's what more respect. Dane Jackson has been great. I mean, the defense in total, they have their little gaps here and there, but as a unit, they played really, really well. I'm telling you, if we get a pass rusher, one guy to step up as a dog on the pass rush at the edge, if we get a running back who can alleviate some of the pressure on Allen and have to force defenses to be very respectful and more balanced and play that RPO harder and suck up a little deeper to give our receivers, dude, it's a wrap, man. It's a wrap. On offense, it's a wrap. On defense, it's a wrap. Just, give the bonuses, let them do some shit. That's it. Not even that. Just have them go up there in some special thing, like make a jersey, something, you know what I mean? Something for the fans, and that's it. Don't play. I don't want them to play. Look at Dak Prescott in his last few games, and he's ranked ahead of Josh Allen. Like, more wins, bigger arm. Come on, man. This is embarrassing, man. I cannot get over that woman asked that question. I can't get over it. I cannot get over it. That is so bad. That's such an embarrassment. Like, where's the Jesus Christ? That's just crazy. With the bad calls to me, the NFL wanted it. Duster, you know what? I mean, a business always wants itself to have the most advantageous thing, but that's why sports is the ultimate meritocracy. It's the ultimate meritocracy because of today. It doesn't matter what you want. It matters what happens, right? What was the what'd you miss, Tim? Read some of your comments, guys. My pro vibe would be your top individual picks. Just bring your guy, your best. Yeah, that would be fine with me, Tom. That would be fine with me, honestly. Yeah, what question? And for what it's worth, the refs were decent today. Yeah, there was nothing nefarious going on there, Kevin. I'll agree. I've always said this when it comes to like, you want to do something cool? Do you want to do something cool? I would go over to 345 Park Ave. I would want credit for it, of course. I would broach this idea to them. You want to do something the fans will love? You want to take this league to another level if you've already had to? You guys make a how many teams are in the NFL? Okay, so you could do 14 teams, maybe 16. You take two teams from each AFC, NFC East, right? Let's just say Jets and Bills. No, it can't be Jets and Bills. Jets and Giants. You have them take players, then they allocate to a developmental league. That's it. And it's like whatever, a 46-man roster, and you develop guys down there with your coaches. And if you have injuries, if a guy all of a sudden shines, you call him up, you send him down, similar to baseball. You want to make some cool shit fans will go fucking gaga for and watch? Tell me that you guys wouldn't watch that. That you wouldn't watch like, oh, that guy's he's a Bills player. Like the Bills could call him up. Oh shit, the Bills have a good young corner down in the developmental league doing things, or a good young pass rusher. Come on, this league makes almost $30 billion a year. They can't do that. I don't get it. Every other league in the world has a developmental system. Every league, soccer, hockey, multiple leagues, baseball, even the NBA has a D league now. I know what they wouldn't want is guys trying to, run from college. Yeah, Matt, exactly. Fans would love that shit. You just make one league. Two teams allocate players and you combine the teams and you just go, right? And that's it. And we would all watch it. Oh shit, the Bills have this, the Bills have that. Something, right? I don't know. It's all up to you guys. I'll go as long as you want me to. If you guys got to start dumping off here and doing things, that's great. But I could sit here and talk all night. What a stunning. She asked Belichick if he has any New Year's. This is so terrible, dog. It's so terrible. My God. Oh, they're replaying the highlights, guys. 4th and 2. Bills up 10-7. Josh Allen, laser to Diggs. That was huge, man. That was with 2 minutes and change. They would have gave New England the ball right there. That could have changed the game. This is great. Oh, they didn't play the audio. What's safety? I mean, it's football, damager. That's what I mean, man. It's football, man. I have to watch the highlights a little bit. Yeah, Damian Harris got it in. Motor. Oh, you see Josh fucking with that fist pump after that? Oh, I didn't see that his offensive lineman knocked him in on the 3rd rushing touchdown. Oh, this is it. This is the Josh. Who was number 50? Oh, It was who is that? Uche? Judon. Josh runs. Pitch to Diggs. Makes Jackson miss. And he picked up another like 7-8 yards. And he did the flex. This is so nice. That little flick, I'm like, come on, man. He was fucking great. Oh, look at him leaving. The fuck? Oh, we demand our fucking respect. Right? Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. Money, damager. Money. Money, money, money. Oh my God. So just again, couldn't script it better, guys. I didn't see that damager. I did not see it. I want to go back and see it because a few people mentioned that in the room, and I'm not probably happened, but what I would have really loved though is, if I could have changed one or two things, like if Kumaro comes down with that catch, if Sanders catches that ball or Moss doesn't slip, let's just say Moss doesn't slip, right? And it's just a bloodbath out there. It's not even close. Bills never lost the lead today. It was just a drubbing up and down, and it just left no doubt. It is so quarterback centric, and it does rely on Josh Allen to play extremely well. Run around and scramble and lead your team in rushing. And you got Drew Brees talking shit about Josh Allen now. But he does, and it's unfortunate because they're streaky. Because they're too quarterback centric, apparent to him, and the quarterback driven league. Of course, we know he needs more support, asshole. Even though they lost in the second half of that game, they completely flipped around and really put themselves in a position to win after they were down 24-3. I'm just trying to hear the rhetoric he's saying. He said, okay, and to be fair, he said after they even lost to the Bucs, something flipped with this team. So he's like, the one we're seeing right now are dangerous. So, okay, just to be fair. Yeah, he was, Kevin. I saw it. He was just amped. I have to look for that. If anybody could find where he doesn't shake his hand, can you send it to me, please? Put it in the room. That, what's Tim is I wonder, it should have been there, man. It should have been there. Oh, it's like that play is available for them a lot, and I think they tried it one time, and I think Knox got stopped. But you see Mahomes get it off to fucking Travis Kelce all the time. Very, very annoying. Very, very annoying. Yeah, he had to play quarterback different. It's like when you hear the conventional quarterbacks that are different and they had to do everything precise, clean, and to the point, and they're great quarterbacks. Great. Breeze is a great quarterback. Amazing. Look at the record books. Look, getting what he got out of his body is amazing. Kurt Warner, same thing. When they criticize Allen, it's from not to say they don't they know more about that position than I'll ever know, right? But they've also looking at it from a lens to where they can't fathom doing the things that he does on the football field and get away with it and still win because they had to do everything so clean and precise. Because if you look at him, he's a tall white dude who looks like the statuesque pocket passer who doesn't move, but he's not. So it's almost an aesthetic when they talk about the quarterbacks who are of a darker persuasion. It's easier for them to massage or just to say, okay, but you live with that with them because that's what they do. That's how they succeed. Lamar Jackson and all these other guys, even Mahomes, who's a super improv. They don't get their fat held to the fire the same way Allen does. They don't do it. It doesn't happen. That's interesting, Tom, because it's disturbing and a big sign of a talk. I see a lot of ego there, and maybe it stems from Alabama. it stems from the Alabama just being around Saban, now Belichick, who are like this, and it's just take care, Duster. I appreciate you coming in, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. You guys are the drivers. I'm just in the engine room. You guys are navigating the ship. Yeah, that's it, Tim. Just execute, bro. Didn't get sacked, no fumbles, clean game. This is the first game. I want to say, oh my God. Let me look. It's crazy because it's been a while. It's really been a while. I'd have to look this year. And that was my biggest bugaboo this week was this. Because of what happened last time when the Bills were driving, they turned the ball over, and then like 2 plays later, Harrison's running for fun for the touchdown, which eventually won the game. This is the first time. Listen to this, guys. This is the first time since week 8, Miami in Buffalo. Was it after Halloween? This is the first time they didn't turn over the ball. The first time they didn't turn over the ball. You know, that was huge, man. Not turning the ball over, playing a clean game, playing fundamentally sound, playing aggressive downhill. And I mean downhill aggressive, like put them on the back foot. Make them have to respond to us. Make them have to come to us. Don't play into their game. Just go at them. And it's a and look at the scoreboard. Damager, yes. The magnitude of the game, yes. I'm sure some negative media will say he almost. Dude, you know what? Let him say it. But that's just more to the point. There's a lot of the self-loathing Bills fan, a lot of the media, even some of the Buffalo media, the capitulation, just the downtrodden. They're gonna go lose. I'm like, oh my God, man. Massive, Eric, massive. Such a statement. And it set the tone for the entire game. It was great. It was great, man. It was so fuck. I would give you guys no homo. I'd give you guys all a big fucking bro hug right now, man. Big fucking bro hug. Fucking chest bump. Like just oh my God. Wonderful. Let me read some of your comments, guys. Yeah, he's at Alabama. He's our O-line coach, Matt. Definitely the best game damager by the offensive line is given the circumstances too, with all this crazy stuff. And I'm just going back to something I said. I just kind of been yelling stuff all over the room like an idiot. How big did we hope Gabe Davis was going to be? And then, I mean, did you see the defeatist attitude from Bill's Twitter when they found out Gabe Davis was not going to be available for the game? It was just like, oh my God, like everybody was like, we don't even have to show up. We're just going to lose. Like that was the attitude. And I was like, no, you can't have that attitude. I didn't want them to go for it on 4th down, the opening drive. I'm a doubter. It's all right, Tim. It's all right. It's all right. There was certain spots I do and certain spots I don't. I mean, it's easy to say when it works, what a great call. But when it doesn't work, you got to accept that too. No way, man. Watch after the game press conference. The guy pulled off 6 or 7 weeks. And then they lose last week, and this dude makes some weird ass comments, and now this. I'll have to go look, Tom. I'll go look. Yeah, Doug, that's it. Next man up mentality. You know what I was a little wondering today, and you see how they do this. You really have to earn your place on the field. And I want to give these two guys props. I want to give Marquez Stevenson props for handling the kickoff duties and the punt return duties like a champion. He had the one muff in his first game, amped up to go back to his home state of Louisiana. Outside of that, he's been very secure with the football, and he's done very, very well. He almost broke one today. You guys remember it was a 35-yard return. He was this close. And I want to give Isaiah McKenzie a ton of props for, still staying focused, not getting too demoralized. And when he got the answer, when he got the bell tolled for him, he answered it. He answered the fucking bell. Big props to Isaiah McKenzie. That's Bills DNA. That's the new Bills, not the old Bills. That's just mad props to them. Josh Allen, unquestioned MVP of the game. But, I mean, McKenzie, mad props to him. I was screaming they had to go for it and drive for a touchdown, Jake. Patriots completely different. Yeah, they're different. Their offense is different. And they have to stay on schedule. They have to be a team that cannot play behind the sticks. They have to be, in second and medium. They can't be, down multiple scores. Their defense got shredded today, guys. Let's not forget that. The Bills, they are, dude. So I mean, literally, softer than this, man. They have such a finite way to win. When their defense isn't turning the ball over, they're not sacking the quarterback. They're not getting a big return or whatever. They're not getting the calls going, and they have to play that way. They're up against it. They're up against it. And just not having, star for whatever reason, just the myriad of things, and I said to myself, I was at the gym when I saw that the Gabe Davis news was on Thursday or Friday, I believe. It was right before Christmas Eve. And I said to myself, I'm like, look, everybody in the league's dealing with some shit, whether it's this, that, or the other. Nobody's going to feel bad for us. Nobody's going to feel bad for the Bills. Nobody's going to write us letters and sorries and woulda, coulda, no. Fuck this. Let's go win this fucking game. Let's have them go win this fucking game. Let's go get them and win this damn game, period. So, and they did it for us, guys. They really did. What's up, Tom? I will say this about the Bills and their practice between games, as we said, hard training, easy war. Yeah, man. That was for me, boxing, all the other stuff I did, it just, you kill yourself in a controlled environment so you can thrive in an uncontrolled environment. That's just the way you do it. You just, you look at the greatest of all time in certain aspects in certain places. That's why Floyd Mayweather looked like he never broke a sweat. He was chilling. He had harder days in the sparring sessions than he did in that squared circle against most of his dudes. It's just the truth. As much as people hate him, that's how good he was, man. And you know what? It's so many things that get lost in the shuffle today. But that was the thing. Now looking back upon it, resonates the most with me. And you guys, maybe you'll feel the same way. How cool, calm, and collected did Allen look throughout the game? No rattle, no wide eyes, oh my God, like deer in the headlights. No rattling, just calm, cool, collected, composed, in control, very just matter of fact, showed the right amount of emotion. The kid, it's like we've seen great athletes in every sport, right? We've seen great athletes in every sport, in all fields, Olympics to NFL. And you hear the saying, he's doing what he was born to do. And maybe this is going to sound really Homer. Josh Allen's doing what he was born to do. He's doing what he was born to do. Shit, just score one touchdown in the red zone, Tim, and you win. That's it. Fuck the weather. If the weather was what it was, still score, and you win. That's it. Even if, let's say Bass hits that field goal, and then maybe you're playing just for a field goal at the end. If you don't score, you win. So it's fine, man. When am I coming to Orchard Park to do my job? Whatever job I'll do, man. Whatever job I'll get, I'll do. You could see with the Bills maintaining the lead the whole game, the pressure growing on McCorkle. That's right. Yep. Just make them just make them have to play backing up. And that's them backing up. They can't, it's not Brady. That's not Brady. Let's make no mistake about that. You know, he could wear a Patriot uniform. He can have that placid, stoic look on his face. He can have that similar, you know, pocket passer type of game. You know, he's not Brady. You know what it is the media just, again, it's just a capitulation. It's the deification. And I think a lot of coaches are just like, you know what? Fuck this. This guy, you know, he's been in the middle of a lot of cheating scandals. He's cost his team 2 first-round picks because of it, a couple of $1 million because of it, has embarrassed them, the league. He doesn't give a shit. And we have to constantly, every time he does simple things, we have to like genuflect to him and just sing his praises in the press. And they're like, no, dude, it's not like, let's not give them too much fucking credit here, okay? That's why, like, you know, it's totally doesn't sound like it's related, but that's why the Matt Breida fumble there ended him with the Bills. I mean, he's still on the Bills, but he's carried the ball twice since, okay? That fumble was so massive. Bills are on their side of the inside their 30. He fumbles there and gives the Patriots and they scored. And it just changed. And that was the first score, and that changed the entire tenor of the game. That's why he was like, nah, fuck that. I'm not giving this guy credit for what. They put a ball on the deck. Remember the first pitch of the game? Damian Harris fumbled it, dropped, and it landed. It bounced right back up and went to him. Is that Belichick reading Sun Tzu, or is that just fumble luck? Come on, man. Like that's what I mean. It's just like it's crazy. Besides the trip attempt, Judon was invisible. Yeah, man. And you know what's funny? He was off the field a lot. Spencer Brown did a good job on him, and Dion was, you know, excellent given the situation. You know, flipping back and forth. It was just such a great all-around performance. The guys deserve it. They were probably tired of hearing the bullshit. You know, all the Patriots, you know, nut hugging and you know, worship. Oh, they're like, you know, fuck these dudes. We asked them out here last year. We're going to do that shit again. Guys, how fucking good was that? Fucking good was that? Last year. Their fans weren't there for that shit last year. It was an empty fucking Gillette Stadium. This year, they got a front row seat. Delicious. Oh! Beautiful. Beautiful. Love it. That's 2 in a row they lost now. 2. Our old buddy Frank Reich doing us a solid in Indianapolis 2 weeks ago on a Thursday. Now this. They had extra time to prepare for the Bills too, by the way. They had a long week. Remember that. They're coming off a Thursday. They're coming off a Thursday game, physical game, but they had 4 more days to prepare against the Bills, who they just played 2 weeks prior. Let's see them get credit. Loved it, Tim. Loved it. Man, how good's your dinner gonna be? How good's the shower gonna be? My girl's not here right now. God damn it! Otherwise, I'd have this shit off and I'd be with her. You know. Oh, it was a beautiful scene, man. It was so nice. It just how many victories did the Bills have ripped from them with stupid plays, just dumb, you know, Brady being Brady over the years? Probably like 5 or 6. You know, Brady has a great record against the Bills, and he pretty much owned them, and there's no doubt about that. But the Bills shot themselves in the foot a good amount of times. I mean, the Lossman safety to open 06 was another classic example. There were so many examples where they just should have had that team. And today was a nice, you know what, it's like McDermott knew, you know what, this game means more. This is something different, and we got to play it like it is. And they did. And I love that they get that. They get that. And just how good was it? How good was it? I'm going to read your comment in a second, Tom. How good was it till Diggs, you know, first, was it the second touchdown of the game? Second, made it 17-7, just to be like, you, and you. Fuck you. Shut the fuck. Oh my God. I live for that shit, man. I live for it. Like I said, toxic leadership will sooner or later bite you in the ass, and you will tell. And I will tell you something else. Nobody wants to talk about. You will get the praise. Wait until you turn your back. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Trust me. I mean, I'm sure some of those guys know. I'm sure some of those guys know. Everything on the line for them. We went into their house and dominated. That's right, Tim. That's 100%, man. Media saying McDermott not giving too much credit would come back. Yep. Let's see what happened now. It was just such a great, McCorkle didn't have it. And you know what? I wanted to know that he didn't have it. And I mean, I've watched all their games pretty much, and just the amount of praise for things that they did. It's like they barely beat the Houston Texans. Like I've said multiple times, you got a lot of you guys watch that game. They were terrible in that game, and they won. And I'm like, basically, David Culley gave them the game. Gave them the game. They should have lost that game. I mean, even playing against the Tennessee Titans at home, and the score looks a lot bigger than it was. They ran all over the Patriots. They turned over the ball in the red zone. They didn't convert on fourth down. That game was a lot closer than it looked. Okay, so again, the Patriots have gotten a lot of credit, and I'm not saying they're not. They're a good team. They're a good team, and they're hard to play against. They are not an easy team to play against, and they have good players. But they're not this just, oh my God, just this, monolith of, oh, we have to play them. Oh, it's just ridiculous. What's up, Andrew? How you doing, bro? Meeting in there. Oh God, it's just delicious with their fans there, Eric. With their fans. That's the point. We did it last year, but with their people in their building. Easily should have lost to them, man. That was terrible, dude. And even like, dude, another perfect example. Let me find that box score, because again, here's another guy who the league just loves. Oh my God. My dude Herbert wasn't that good against the Patriots. Couple interceptions, average. Man, again, you listen to them talk. You listen to the talk. You listen to the noise in the ether. Allen is still a guy trying to figure it out. That's who Allen is. It's insane. I just think it's insane. It's like we're not watching the same thing. We're not watching the same person and extrapolating the same information. I refuse to believe it. Or they're just completely biased and they're just going to stick with what they're going to stick with. And I don't care if that's the hill they want to die on, fine. "10 years, we need Nick. We need to meet on a defensive tackle. Just get a guy who stepping up and carrying the team. I haven't watched in a long time, but I'm glad. Yeah, I'm still here, Andrew. I'm still here, bro. Meet." What's up, Nick? I'm reading some of your comments, guys. I still watch, bro. I know there was a UFC going on right now, but I didn't. I haven't done a video about it in a long time or anything, but I still watch and all that stuff. It was so good, especially in the first drive, to see Josh kick the check down pass. That was same thing, Jake. I was just like, and that was there all day, bro. Take that. They're gonna give you that. They're gonna give you that. Just take it. It's the stupid cliche, can't go broke taking a profit. It's right there for you, Allen. They're afraid about you running. They're afraid about you putting one over their head. That guy, your hot is always there. That's all he did. Any one of us could have done that. Just run 5 yards, turn around, and sit down. And it was right there. And Singletary did a great job with it. Picked up like 3. What did he have? What did Singletary have today? He had 5 catches for 39 yards. Not sexy, but it was fucking effective. Kept him on schedule, on time. They kept Dawson a lot into block. He only had 2 for 11. He was doing a lot of work. I mean, even Zach, you know, coming off, didn't fumble, had the one nice catch and run, put his head down, and had a few tough runs. So I give him a lot of credit, man. Yeah, Tim, it just keeps the defense honest. They can't just pin their ears back and come and it be an all or nothing offense where it's like, and Josh still has that in him. Some of the he throws the ball to the end zone. That kid is not looking to score touchdowns. He wants to put that ball in that fucking end zone. One sequence I was really pissed about after the Zach Moss slip, it was 2nd and goal from the 1. I'm not going to lie. I was really pissed they didn't try to run the ball again, or at least try to run with Allen again. I think they might have. They didn't get it. But there was not one handoff to a back. I'm just like, line up, I formation, let him know it's coming. Fucking tell your offensive lineman, put your fucking cleats in the grass and go forward. Put Gilliam in front of Moss and just do a blast right down the A gap. Put it right up their ass. I do it. All right, guys, man. Go Bills, bro. Love you, Tom. One thing I love to see was a shallow crossing routes. Feel like we haven't seen, yeah, man. You know what it was? Mackenzie's speed is we forget how fast he is and how slick he is. And he made, what's crazy is he made some very tough catches. And I kind of reminded me of the Miami game from 18 when the Bills were driving and then Charles Clay ends up dropping the pass. He made a big play like that on that drive, early in that drive, where he's running across the field and he just made a huge catch. I'm like, ooh, this little 5'7" dude just made a nice ass catch. And he really Eric, tell me the sequence again. I know it was a pass to end it, and it was just nothing, but was it 3 straight passes? I thought Allen tried to sneak it in, but they didn't just turn around, like they didn't turn around and hand it to a back. I know that, but I don't know what the sequence was there. I just remembered, I'm just like, for me, it was about attitude. It was about making a statement. They'd done well all the way up, and they ended up, it all came to fruition. But I was just like, look, just put the extra O lineman in. They only had 1 tight end. Think about that. They only had 3 straight passes, Doug. Fuck. So that's what I mean. It's like you have Gilliam, I formation, blast. That right, B or A gap. Pick one. Just run it right. Pound that shit in there. 3rd down was yeah, I remember it was a broken play too. It was like it had no options. It was for one thing. It was just it was so frustrating, Andrew. It was really fucking frustrating. I hope the Redskins beat Dallas. I really do. Oh, they got Dak. They got him. One was Allen trying to extend the play. It was I don't know if you guys agree with me or not. If you like the aggressiveness, you want to see Allen throwing, I totally understand, and I can't complain because I'll cheerlead and pom when the shit works, and when it doesn't, I'm gonna be like, fuck. Of course, I wanted something different. For me, it was just about making an attitude and having a statement. You've activated Moss. He's your big running back, between the tackles guy. You've got a fullback. Just line up and pound them, man. Line up and hit them with it. Yeah, that was terrible because the pass was tipped, Eric. Because the pass was tipped. That's just like, fuck. Fuck. It would have been 1st and goal at the goddamn 1. It was so annoying. Didn't they have to settle for a field goal or something like there? Or was that the same sequence? I think it might have been the same sequence. I'm not really remembering, but it was just so frustrating, man. Oh, the Washington sacked they sacked Dak. They're giving up the underneath. Oh, they just tried to pitch back and they busted. They got him. That was dumb. He tried to pit, like, literally. That wasn't CeeDee Lamb. See, there's a coach that's going to lose his team a game late in the year. Like, he's just not a good coach. Allen passes when he throws across his body, or yeah, Eric. They're just like, I don't have any kind of arm. I had a really good left hook and a good straight right jab and a hellacious right or left to the body. But in terms of throwing a football, that was not my forte, dude. I could barely put I don't know what it is. Maybe my mechanics are fucked up. I couldn't put mustard on a 10-yard pass with a 357 to my dome. I just couldn't do it. So the shit that he does, like, I've been on an NFL field just one time in my life, just when it was empty, and I was thinking, like, damn, you watch it on TV and then you like try to like walk around the field and say, I wonder if I could do that thing that I saw. Like, nah, I couldn't do that shit. I couldn't do that. I couldn't make that throw in my life. My life depended on it. I could throw like a little dink maybe. But insane. Oh yeah, I put them all down. He got them all, dude. I think he got a lot of them. I think there's one or two that he didn't get. He's like two that he didn't get because I kind of threw them all on the ground. But come on, Bubba's. Come on, Bubba's. He'll see them and he'll go eat them. He got, see, there's a whole shit ton. They're up there, Bubba. Right here, Bubs. Right here. Yeah, that. Read some of your comments, guys. Mackenzie looked, yeah, he looked good, man. He looked good. You know what? We're quick to get on them when they fuck up, but when they do them, I'm gonna let them know, man. Mackenzie. What's that stupid thing from Dumb and Dumber? You totally redeemed yourself. He totally redeemed himself today. Totally, all is forgiven, dude. And you know what? That just speaks to the culture McDermott has. You know, the Bills culture, the trust the process is you're going to get your opportunities, and you know what? Don't get dejected. You know, your time will come again. That shit, we saw it rang true today, man. We really saw it rung true. And the team has been through a lot of rough spots this year, and it's good that they've held strong and held together through it all. And this is the first time they won back-to-back games in a while, and it was big. And next week is going to be big. And if they can go into the playoffs on a 4 straight winning streak, that's let's go. Let's fucking go, man. Singletary. Yeah, he ran hard, and those little on schedule checks, those are so money. I'll put it to you from this perspective. If McCorkle Jones did not throw those or have those available to him, he would have nothing. He wants those and those gimmicky little screens that they run and a lot of that misdirection stuff. They absolutely have to do that because he's not mobile. He doesn't have a big arm. He can sit back there when you give him time and read the defense, but how many times are you going to sit back there and give your quarterback 4, 5, 6? You're not. And when he gets off his spot, he eats a sack quick. He's not going to try to move around and do anything crazy. He's just not going to do it. Oh, my God. It's Diggs day. Trayvon Diggs, 11 interceptions. First pass fucking Heineke threw. First pass. I think Pennington, before the second shoulder injury, because he never had the biggest arm, he was a little more dynamic. A little bit more dynamic. I'm still amazed how Allen was able to throw the deep pass to Diggs and he couldn't make the touchdown catch on the first. Yeah, that was insane, dude. That was insane. I mean, again, even though that pass wasn't complete, it's like who else in the league throws that pass and gets it there? Night, Eric. Have a good one, bro. You enjoy this shit, man. You've been through a lot. You sit there, enjoy it. Have a nice shot of something. Enjoy it, McCoy. Yeah, it's all smoke and mirrors, Doug. It's a lot of gadgets, a lot of gimmicks, a lot of straight, a lot of power runs, a lot of cutbacks. They do a lot of overflow. They depend on a lot of overflow. And Harris is very good, very instinctual at being able to put his foot in the ground and cut it back. Ramondre Stevenson is too. And that they depend on that. They have a big offensive line for a reason, because when you have a big offensive line, it's an optic thing. You can get lost behind there as a running back because you're low and you're kind of doing this with the ball, And so and when you have good quicks and good change of direction, you take advantage of getting lost. And they do a very good job of that. And then they run downhill with power too. They're good at finishing their runs. And they have a true fullback. Like Jakob is he's a real fullback. Like he's a I formation, gonna just try to blow your middle linebacker up type of fullback, old school. Yeah, their ball the ball is big too, man. I remember it was an NFL. I don't know what ball it was that I've been throwing my whole life. It might have been a college ball or whatever, but I guess because they work on them too. Like quarterbacks can make them non-tacky and shit. Yeah, I couldn't throw a fucking football, save my life. Like I could never do it. I mean, I can do lots of things. I was really, really fast. I could hit. I had pretty damn good hands. But I couldn't throw. My one friend Keith, he played college ball at BC. He played with Dan Copen. He played with Matthias Kiwanuka, Chris Snee, Lenny Walls. He was a cornerback for Denver and a few other teams. He played with a lot of dudes that went to the league. Will Green, he was teammates with William Green, the running back that got taken by the Browns. He could still throw a football 50 yards. He played wide receiver. That guy could still. He's I think he's 40 now, but he could still just like flick his wrist and throw a football 50 yards, no problem. NFL ball too. Yeah, so much for their combined. What? Yeah, I don't think, dude. He does a lot of blocking for them, man. They basically have him as a glorified blocker, Dub. I was watching, like they use him almost as a 6 offensive lineman. Yeah, Henry just again, he's not like when they did that whole signing of Smith and Henry and everybody was with the whole Gronk and Hernandez 2.0, and I'm like, they're not that. First of all, neither one of them can block like Gronkowski, and I'll always say that as much as I don't like him, I'll always concede that he's the greatest tight end ever, because he embodied everything a Y tight end does, like the Y, like in line, on the line, hand in the ground. He's a 6 offensive lineman. From that position or detached, he's like having another wide receiver on the field at that size. It's just, you couldn't defend it. It's just, you couldn't. We've seen it. Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith aren't that. And then Aaron Hernandez was an amazing athlete. An amazing athlete. He could line up wide and play wide receiver. He could be in line. He wasn't the blocker, but he could do it. Remember all the handoffs he took in the backfield that one year too, where he was getting all those little quick little handoffs and shit? An amazing athlete. And still play tight end, like a true tight end. Or line up in the slot. No, I mean, the closest thing maybe to either one of those guys is maybe Jonnu Smith to Aaron Hernandez, but that's still. And remember, they had just drafted 2 tight ends in the 3rd round. 2 tight ends in the 3rd round. Devin Asiasi and Dalton Keene. Those guys, they just basically blew those draft picks. And you go ahead to pay all that money for tight ends. And basically, N'Keal Harry is a glorified blocker. He's a glorified blocker. That's what he does in their offense. He sets the edge blocking, or he runs downfield and blocks and just tries to be a big available target. Catch wide receiver screens and run. Like, I'm a big dude. You have to tackle me. He's not explosive at all. And they drafted him in the 1st round. So, yeah, Tim, under 50%. Dink and dunk. Macaroni wet noodle arm. Yeah, I was just sick of hearing that stuff, man. I'm not saying the kid's gonna. He's gonna be a decent quarterback, But all the talk that we heard and stuff like that, and then Tom made an interesting point that I haven't really watched any Patriots stuff, any of their content online. I really don't do that. Occasionally I'll do, but I just for them, I get enough. I get them shoved down my throat enough, and I'm sure your guys are like, I don't need to go on their website looking at their shit. But I'll go check that out now. He's an older guy. He's a military man. You know it. And you know what? If you've known it, you've seen it around. you know what leadership looks like, and you know how guys conduct themselves to and not to. So I want to see that. Just check the box score. That's it, man. Just scoreboard. That's it. Smith didn't catch it. He didn't catch a ball today. Henry had 1 for 9. See, you forget how anemic. Yeah, Myers was there, and he's just a check down diva. He reminds me. Well, he doesn't play. He doesn't return the punts and stuff. Myers reminds me a lot of Troy Brown for them. He's a little bit bigger Troy Brown, but he's not as versatile as Troy Brown. Troy Brown played return kicks and did like a lot of reverses and gimmicky stuff for them too. Kendrick Bourne had one of their bigger plays. That was it. Bolden had a couple of dinks. That was it. It's just nothing. Jakob had the one pass that he caught for was right in front of Edmonds there. But again, just the 131-yard run is that was the one that really bit them. But the Bills had a ton of 20-yard plays, a ton. They had 3 or 4 big ones that were really huge, really huge. I mean, he was sensational. He was sensational. I mean, you have a quarterback when you go on the road, right? And Allen ran the ball a few times designs, but he also had some runs where he scrambled. They dropped their quarterback back almost 60 times for passes. That's insane. That was a nice tackle that he had. He also had a good run. He had one he really knocked the shit out of somebody. I think it was a back. Like they had just caught a check down, and he came downhill hard and with good leverage and popped them. I mean, he didn't force a fumble or anything like that, but he was a good stick. And I like to see him play like that more. Like play angry, play violent. That's some good stats, Doug. That's some good stuff. I like that. You were 2 hours in, guys. 2 hours and 12 minutes. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. We're gonna, I don't know. Will the new year be the beginning of? Will the new year be next Sunday? I'm trying to look when the first is. I think the first is Saturday. The first is Saturday. Okay. So the next time I'm on here will be the new year. The second day of the new year. It's been closing another calendar year, still got 2 more games left and hopefully a lot more after that. Just another, amazing time in here with you guys. I can't, it's like, it's a gift on top of a gift on top of a gift that, I could have never fathomed or be able to repay back. Thank you guys so much. That was, times like this is what we live for. And the fact that we get to share it together and, I'd be sitting here smiling with a Kool-Aid smile, but it's definitely fun to be able to talk Bills with other Bills fans at such a capacity like this. This is great. It was a great fucking day, a great day. And, I don't go to bars and I don't go out. I watch games alone. And this is, is amazing. Night is always great having, you guys in here. I look forward to it so much. I know today was so big. I didn't open the room right away because I wanted to let everybody have their hour or so to just go fucking nuts, because I know that's what we did, man. That's what a lot of us did, was just basically lose it and go nuts and enjoy it and let everybody hear it. So I was like, you know what? I'll let these guys just go for it there. But thank you again, man. Looking forward to next week. Victory Monday, Tuesday, a little bit of Wednesday, then on to Atlanta. So let's enjoy this, guys. Love you all. Go Bills. Have a great one, man. Enjoy the rest of your holiday week. If you're off, or maybe you have just a little bit, I know because it's the New Year week, is a little bit of work here, a little bit of work there. Some places do, some places don't. So just be safe first and foremost, and just don't let all the shit going on get you down, and just, look forward to this time, same week, hopefully same vibe. Love you all. Go Bills. Thank you for coming in, Tim. Thank you, Doug, and all you guys, Jake, Eric, Damager, all the dudes, Tom, you know, Steve, Andrew. I mean, Trevor, everybody who comes in here so much and just blows up the room. Doug, Flybaby, he's Matt, a couple of Matts, Patrick, Tim. I'm just gonna just go off as much as I can. Got Kevin specific, Eric Nunes has been here, Shady Who, just a lot of fun, man. I play back the chat sometimes and I see all the names. I'm like, wow, I didn't get to read this guy off or that guy off. And just fuck, you know, it pisses me off sometimes because you guys really blow it up. So thank you so much. Go Bills, big fucking win, baby. Delicious victory. Couldn't have scripted it any better. Have a great one, guys. Love you all. Go Bills. Fucking AFC East is ours. Don't let them motherfuckers forget that. Rock your Bills shit tomorrow. Let everybody hear it. You heard it. Oh, don't got a chance against Pats now. You know what? What now? Let them know. You know what to do. You guys know what to do. Love you all. What do you think, Rainius?